Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I've always been a fan of e-reading and of Amazon's Kindles. I've had, I think, 4 different Kindles since 2012. This is the 2021 Signature Edition Paperwhite. And I just wanted to talk a little bit today about why I love Kindles, but specifically this model, this 2021 Kindle Paperwhite, so much, and really why it has converted me almost completely to a digital over a physical reader. I still love physical books. I will always love paper books, but there is something about reading digitally, reading ebooks, especially the experience through the Paperwhite, that is just so incredible and has drawn me back to it book after book. So the biggest thing for me that draws me to the Kindle is the streamlined experience of just being able to completely lose all distractions and solely lock into your book. Of everything else goes away and all you are left with is yourself and the page. And I know this is the same experience in a physical book of opening up and looking at the page, but there's something even about, for me at least, even eliminating the physical book itself and just leaving me with the words. There's no page turning, which I know some people are bothered by that. They like the turning pages. For me, it doesn't really matter. It eliminates an action of turning the page. It eliminates a cumbersome book if you're reading a large book, which a lot of the books that I read are nonfiction, and a lot of that nonfiction are biographies. So they're quite long usually. And so being able to not have to have an 800 plus page hardback opened on my desk, flipping pages, sort of this big cumbersome brick, I can have this streamlined, super, super thin device, and then just the page that I'm reading in front of me. And so that is one of my all-time favorite things about this. And I know on the iPad, reading on the iPad, it is the same way, but having a device with the ability to do nothing but read your book is something that I really appreciate about the Paperwhite. Of course, with an iPad, you can just have discipline and not go to the browser and not check any notifications or anything like that. But I like knowing that the device that I'm reading on couldn't even do those superfluous things, even if I wanted it to. And so that's my biggest reason. It's just this ability to sort of fall into a book and have no distractions. I can sit for hours at a time and just get lost in a book through my Paperwhite, and it's an even more engrossing experience for me personally than sitting down with a physical book. And so that's my main reason. My second reason for loving particularly the 2021 Paperwhite is the screen size. So on this model, they added an extra 1/8 of an inch. So this is 6.8 inches instead of the 6 inches of the previous Paperwhite model, which it doesn't sound like a lot and it doesn't look like a lot in writing, but in the user experience, that extra 0.8 of an inch is fantastic, and it gives just enough extra space that I can almost have the same amount of text on my Paperwhite screen as I could have on a physical book page, which is excellent. And it goes just another step closer to completely emulating the physical reading experience, which I really enjoy. And then lastly, what I love particularly about the 2021 Paperwhite, as opposed to my last Kindle, which was the 3rd generation Oasis, is the battery life on this thing. My Oasis had great battery life when I first got it. It would go for 3 to 4 weeks, just like advertised on a single charge. But after about a year of having it, that battery drained so quickly, it would go from 100% to under 25% in just a couple of days, and it kept steadily getting worse. So that was one of my reasons for upgrading to the 2021 Paperwhite, because the battery life on the Oasis, it was just becoming such a pain to always having to keep it charged, and it would be dying on me while I would be trying to read on it, and it was just a mess. So with this one, the battery life right out of the box lasted 4 to 5 weeks on a single charge, and that has not changed at all. And I've had this for almost 9 months now, or 8 months now. And the battery life is still exactly how it was when it first came out of the box, which is fantastic. And this model is the signature edition, and so it has wireless charging, which I don't really use it a lot because I'm not a huge fan of wireless charging, but I do have a little wireless charger that I sometimes will use for my iPhone. And so being able to just sort of set the Kindle on it and have it charge, it doesn't charge it very quickly, so I like to do it when it's around 95% or 90%. It can just sort of top it off, especially at night when I'm not using it. So the battery life is my third really big pro for me about this particular device. It's just having the confidence that it's not going to die on me, which it never has. It's never died on me. It's been absolutely fantastic. And there are so many little things about reading on Kindles, about reading specifically on this 2021 Kindle Paperwhite specifically, but just reading on Kindles in general and reading ebooks in general that I could talk about. But I'm going to stop there. I just wanted to share just a couple of the main reasons why I love reading on my Kindle, and a couple of the reasons why I'm slowly becoming completely reliant on my Paperwhite for reading. I still love my physical books, and I'll still continue to read physical books and to buy physical books. That will never change. But I have noticed ebooks and my Kindle reading slowly creeping into more and more and more of the reading that I do. So that is all for today. I just wanted to share a couple of those things. I'm curious if you are a fan of e-reading, what you like about it. If you are a fan of the Kindle Paperwhite, what do you like about it? If you don't like Kindles, if you don't like e-reading, I also want to hear, I want to hear your reasons why, because I know there are a lot of people who aren't able to connect with e-readers, and I find it interesting to have conversations about that as well, sort of the flip side. So let me know if you have any thoughts in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.